Welcome to the stream. Last time on Genshin Impact, we finished off the main story of the game, as far as it has progressed up until now. But it doesn't mean there aren't things to do anymore. Today, we'll be doing two character stories. Yes. Both connected to the Wangshan funeral parlor. One of them is Zhongli, who we know now is in reality the god Rex Lapis, as well as his boss, who was released as a character today, and who we will be trying to get in Gacha at the end of this stream. For the start of Zhongli's story, we need to reach this boat outside of Liyue Harbor. The first time you reach it, you need to jump off either of these cliffs and fly to it. But after visiting it the first time, there's a helpful man in the harbor who will just take you to the ship, to the Pearl Gallery, or Pearl Galley as it's called. So that's what we are gonna do now, to start off the stream. Also, we are going to use a very slightly different team today. Possibly in preparation for if I get the new character. Because I want to try a different team if I manage to obtain her. We have switched out Barbara for Noelle, who I think I have been using at least in the first stream. But possibly more. I don't know. I don't remember. The second as well. Okay then. But yes, Noelle is here now. Mostly because I had incredible luck in pulling her a multitude of times and unlocking most of her constellations already. As a healer, she is not nearly as good as Barbara, who is completely focused on healing.
I'll catch up.
But she'll catch up. But she instead provides
I must leave no stone unturned.
a shield for the team, which also activates if one character falls under a specific threshold of health. Is it half health? I'm not entirely sure. Half health or 30% health. One of the two. And also, while the shield is active and she's attacking things, the whole team is being slightly healed. She is not fully upgraded yet, so she isn't as good at anything as I want her to be, but she will do for what we do today. And this is Pinghai the boatman. He should get us to that ship over there. If you want to go out to sea or catch some fish and stuff, go find yourself another sailor. This boat of mine receives guests bound to Pearl Galley only. The Pearl Galley is where I'm bound. Ah, forgive me, so you are to be an honored guest. Come, this way, please. Ping high, ping low. Let's hope we have high ping today. Or not? No. Ping should be low, right? Oh no. Well, we have arrived at the Pearl Galley. And our person of interest is...
How about a quick break so I can sketch this beautiful scenery?
Let's not sketch it. Our person of interest is sitting right here.
having learned to enjoy
Oh?
life.
I didn't think I would see you here.
Well, we very much knew you would be here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
You mean your history?
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views.
No one knows better than him.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
Oh, no. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first possessed the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research.
Research? But coins are coins. Yes. We spend them like money. We don't do anything else with them.
That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Money dagger, money sword.
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of Geo's profound foresight?
Yes, so Zhongli, where's your evidence?
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Now prove it.
Enough. Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
Actually, he is...
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
Because it looked good, maybe?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
That also makes sense.
Oh,
It's like you're telling someone else's tale.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
I'm just here for a good story.
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Self-load. Head to the store and...
Having learned to enjoy life,
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet.
Don't talk behind the Lord of Geo.
Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt.
Got salty about that, surely.
The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
Yes, salt is in fact called white gold in some places. You'd know if you come from a very salty place like me. You look a bit embarrassed, Zhongli.
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Tefatui?
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
I think it's best to be cautious.
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
Sure, we are a party now.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
I don't really know anything about archaeology.
This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
It's correct. I will do that. You can count on it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too!
Well, that is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find.
Shadow of Yore complete. Vortex
This is
Wake.
fine wine. Fine wine indeed.
Let's look for an immense corpse, I guess. Oh, any leftovers of that floating island?
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number and in size. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyan Stone Forest.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyan Stone Forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich?
That's all you care about.
I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life.
Yeah.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here. The ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Well, let's follow them. Follow them marks like we do, usually. Not gonna bother with these guys. We'll bother with these guys because they have treasure.
Coming to be! Moments of birth!
Leave it all to me.
Jumpy Dumpty go! Da da da! Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Don't drag me out into the sea.
Coming to be! Moments of birth! Ta, ta.
Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Why is that fish, that birds around here? Fruit sack.
They're gathering together here. But why?
Oh,
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromonic monsters... I have a contract and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
so these are enemy types spawned by a particular boss.
Jumpy Dumpty go!
It's interesting to see them outside the boss arena. Oh, also this frog explodes.
Animal test 6308.
Burst forth!
Steady as stone, as a dutiful maid would. Yep, I'll catch up.
Boing, boing, boom! Blazing delight!
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
La la la!
Crap. Crap.
La la la!
Don't you want any treasure? There's like a lot of it growing out of the rock here.
You caught call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
It's just salt. It might be.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
It is a bit strange.
And you! You kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. This stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! This is good.
Yeah, you are totally not evil. Always trust the Fatui.
Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power on it?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
No, you're trying to get rich off archaeology.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right, then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt, too, actually. Let's go to Saltarai next.
Let's go to Saltarai next, I guess. To a ruin under lock and something. Lock and key. Oh, this place. I marked this one as a quest a long time ago because I thought it was interesting, but it was never used for anything. So I guess it's for this quest.
to me.
Just a little bit of healing quickly.
I'll catch up.
Let's avoid that, because we don't want to fight that right now. Yeah, this place looked super suspicious, so I marked it, but guess it's only useful for this.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
Like salt?
According to legend, the people of the god of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of Salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Salterai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of Salt.
Is it related to Rex Lapis?
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide.
Seal needs a sacrifice. Well, we have some emergency food with us. Will that be enough?
So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of Salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
Follow you where? Back over there. Okay. Glad that we came over here. Gonna sneak by these guys again.
I'll catch up.
La la la.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
You don't say. Well... No? Looks like it fits like that. Ah, now.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
La la la. Da da da.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
South, east, west, north. South, east, west, north.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt. To provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War, this benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. And that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Turai.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that ruin.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve the puzzle.
Should I now? I saw that they're all electricity though, so we need to switch characters. Wrong. Correct. So south, east, west, north. Assuming... Where are they to begin with? Okay. That was a mistake. Using fire close by to electricity. So... east... west... enemies.
Let's dance.
Let's get frozen.
portal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
I'm gonna drown. Please, please don't drown. It's just a few meters. Thank you.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyonstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the god of salt should be enough to make a fortune.
It's all salt.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the god of salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement.
Because he knows.
Well then, let's go.
Farewell, sweet salt. Descend into the cave. Oh, I like these. Give me those. Is there more around here? Of any value? Yes. Treasure. This is a pretty big cave. Let's switch back over. Should we encounter any more enemies down here? Somehow. Somehow.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Coming to be. Moment of birth.
Well, this was a detour for some minerals, but I'll take it. There's nothing else in here, is there? No.
Come into being! Witness my great undertaking!
Mysteries and salt. Oh, there's a cave inside the cave. The seal has been broken, and both the treasures and the tale of the god of salt await within. The party pushes on, each armed with disparate aims. We are going to have Zhongli in our party, so... Triple Geo. Triple Geo it is. Well, you shouldn't have looked back. That's how you turn into salt statues. Bizarre looking statue that appears to be made of salt.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
So, Zhongli. He is a polearm user, which I don't really use yet. Because the only one I have is Xingling.
Stabilize.
You can make geo pillars, which can be climbed, which is pretty nice. They can also turn enemies around them into geo statues, I think. Somehow. Do I actually need to use my statue to get up here? It seems that way. Yep, can't climb these walls.
Stabilize.
Didn't miss any treasure down there, no. He's transfixed in an earnest posture. No, perhaps he was also afraid. Salt!
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
Also, it's half empty.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Infinite salt.
Exactly.
Someone's very salty.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
That's some famous last words.
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
Then let's move on, shall we?
That pillar's quite skewed. Ah. Buttons. Because I messed up, let's do it like this. I messed up twice. Isn't that great?
Burst forth.
What's this?
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth.
That's okay.
The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
So, more infinite salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
Is it?
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
Because you get under a contract.
And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Well, we're on the topic of useless people.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
Spoiler, he kills people that break contracts.
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
Johnson.
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Punish Clement.
Rise!
Where is he? Oh. It's that kind of Fatui. Self-proclaimed archaeologist.
Order guide you. Rise.
Ah, it's the meteor strike that actually turns people into rocks. Okay.
Crumble.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Prepare yourself.
My sword is big enough to cover this whole room.
Leave
You
it
are
all to me.
done for.
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
I hope you never become as greedy as him, Paimon.
Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt.
Archaeology. Yes, that's what she's into.
I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry.
Aha. There drops the other shoe.
Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Come to think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
Stings a little bit, Zhongli.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
I see.
Crumble!
I'm really bad at aiming your thing. And I can't put a new one there as long as your thing is there. Come on, Zhongli.
Crumble! Crumble!
Coming to be.
This is order.
Just as ordered.
Crumble! Rise!
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Crumble!
Burst forth. Witness my great undertaking. Coming to be.
More.
Leave it all to me.
Stand clear. Stand clear. Stand clear.
So the one problem with not having
Coming to be. Feel this ancient power.
Parlor around is that the shields of fire abyss mages are much harder to break.
This is order. Quake! Rise!
This is a sword?
Well, two halves of a sword.
Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler.
Sword. It creates salt.
If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
Two pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are two separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
Contracts.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her.
So are we gonna fight you too?
Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Oh no. The real punishment starts here.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No. No! It can't be so.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Hey! Come back!
What you said is really true, right?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Well, at least she didn't take 2 relics. Huh. Also, Zhongli, you're almost dead.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
He seems to have been fleeing from something, no doubt suspecting that something terrible was afoot. Same. Okay, they're all the same.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Talk to Wanyan and witness the truth. Oh, did one of her own people stab her? He once held something in his hand, upraised in a pose of supreme effort. This must be the one who...
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it!
Yeah, Zhongli came here before you and built all of this.
Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
You seem all too familiar with what happened to the God of Salt.
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Liyue will understand that one day.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyanstone Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Examine sal flore. The salt on the floor. Ground zero. No matter what was once here, naught remains but a single flower of salt. It's not flour, it's salt. There's nothing on that pedestal, is there?
I'll catch up.
Some books.
Someone needs assistance.
Gotta load out all that salt from the game. So I guess this weird cave is just accessible from now on. That's interesting. Considering there's some nice flowers to pick here every few days. Yes, very salty game. Well, Morax, where are you? Up. Up. Up, up, and away. It's not a great place to climb up, but I'll hope I can get between those rocks. Between that rock and the hard place. Okay, should be able to stand here. Wait, who? Oh, hi there.
Animal test 6308. Fine, fine, fine.
Live! Moment of birth!
Don't fall down.
Burst forth!
Run, run, run.
Steady as stone. Jumpy, dumpty, go! Blow them all up!
Coming to be! Witness my great undertaking!
Fine, fine, go!
That had nothing to do with this quest, it just wasn't up here yet, I guess. Sure went all the way up, huh? Is this the highest mountain around here? Possibly. can see all of Liyue from here. Is that why you brought me here?
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber, and it is also a homecoming.
So what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Crumble.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
So you didn't just bring me along to find treasure?
Well, may you find treasure among the stars, even after you have left Teyvat. Now, I am the god of wealth, so I would think that my words have some weight here. Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
To the salty, salty sea. We'll only get more salty from that.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison.
Darkness.
Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes. But our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate. I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
I feel a bit bad for the God of Salt.
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today.
Good job.
Of course, as I am
trash
now,
into the sea.
I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
Sorry for interrupting you, Zhongli.
Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time.
Also, I find it weird that he had to use magic to throw those in. I'm pretty sure we could have just thrown them.
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
Won't those relics cause Osial to grow in power?
Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial.
They will only make him more salty.
If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more. I will remain here for a while.
What will you do now?
I fear that moments... That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's our next goal.
But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
Let's see. What's next? Oh, this is very much a good view. Papilio Carontis chapter. Featuring Hu Tao. The spear opens the path to the afterlife, and the butterflies bridge the world and the next. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has overseen countless funerals for Liyue's residents and its time, guiding people along the final journey they shall embark on in this realm. Yes, the current guide does uphold this solemn tradition in a somewhat unorthodox fashion, but fear not. No matter what your background may be, she is passionate about ensuring that every client receives the send-off they deserve. Let's unlock Hu Tao's chapter. Mysterious Wangsheng Parlor. Your adventure takes you to Wuvang Hill, where Paimon senses that something is amiss. We need to go there. Looks like an involved ember. Well, she is fire elemental, so it's not completely off. Did you know that Mora is a catalyst of sorts? Weird that. What a spooky place this is. Let's go look for mushrooms while we are here.
here? Paimon's got a bad feeling about this. Not that Paimon's scared or anything, just, concerned for your safety.
Yes, totally, Paimon. I can hear that out of your voice.
It's just that this is how lots of scary stories go. You're in an empty place, in the middle of nowhere, there's barely any light, and then just when you least expect it, a stranger comes out of...
Oh.
Meng, Undertaker, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Quick, do something!
Didn't you say you weren't scared?
Paimon's intuition says that anyone we run into here is going to be far from normal. If he gets us, he's gonna eat Paimon for sure.
Who are you?
I came from beyond the heavens.
Beyond the heavens? A strange way of putting it. Don't try to scare me. I'm just here for a funeral. I don't mean to offend. No matter who you are, there's no need for any ill will between us.
Whew. Seems he's just your average scaredy cat. He looks more afraid than Paimon.
But you are kinda terrifying.
Huh? I'm not! Paimon's super friendly looking.
I'm here for a funeral. Your funeral.
Don't be afraid. We come in peace.
Are you some kind of alien?
Gods protect me!
No! Stop freaking out and stand still. Relax.
Relax. Yes, whatever you say. Please stay your hand. Don't come any closer. I mean you no harm. Don't touch me.
Hey! Paimon already said nothing's gonna happen.
Yet the butterfly flutters away.
Was it something Paimon said? Let's go after him. He might do something stupid.
Maybe we should not let Paimon do the talking anymore. Well.
Director! There's a ghost after me!
Oh? Don't get too excited. These are clients, not ghosts.
Exactly! We said we're not ghosts. Why won't you calm down and let us explain? Although, clients doesn't seem quite right either.
Forgive me. This is one of our new undertakers, Meng. It's his first time working a funeral, so of course he's afraid of his own shadow.
Funeral. Oh! The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor! Zhongli is a consultant there. They deal with this stuff a lot, right?
Oh, you know Zhongli? Well, that saves me a lot of explaining.
Yeah.
I'm Hu Tao, the current director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, responsible for, trifling matters having to do with immortality. A satisfying trade to be in, though, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is well known around town. Whatever the request, I'd be glad to hear it.
I don't think we fall into the client category.
Yeah, if we were looking for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's help, this is hardly the place we would come to.
Ah, but you see, I wasn't referring to clients in the business sense. Everyone who enters this mortal realm will be a client of mine.
I mean, that's true, technically.
Sooner or later.
Are those star pupils, or are they flower pupils? I think they aren't spiky enough to be stars.
Well, that's dark.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor welcomes advanced reservations. When you choose us, you'll never have to worry about what might be around the corner. But be sure to book the right date. Pro tip, it is a living nightmare trying to get flowers at short notice. Speaking of dates, if you're struggling to decide, please do come and talk it over. I'd hate to see you still alive and kicking when your big day comes.
Oh my. Wording.
Whoa! Slow down! That's... you... There's a lot to unpack here.
Is everyone at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a weirdo?
You'll have to excuse her. The director is a rather unique individual. Allow me to explain. We'd heard that there'd been some supernatural activity at Wuwang Hill. To restore calm here, we performed a funeral ceremony. It went very smoothly. According to the director, we shouldn't be expecting any more issues in the near future.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, Wuwang Hill, funeral. What more is there to say? These three belong in the same sentence. You two, on the other hand, have no business coming to Wuwang Hill. You being here is not normal.
Maybe your understanding of normal isn't quite normal.
I'm here on an adventure.
Adventure? You must hail from the Adventurers Guild. Then you are one of our distinguished clients. Wood, to be precise.
Wood?
Wood? What do you mean?
That's just how we gauge our clients' importance. We have 4 levels: wicker, bamboo, wood, and marble. The higher the grade, the better we'd like to get to know you.
But I've just only heard of this.
Well, that's because I only just thought of it. Oh, don't look so shocked. Oh, take a look. Our adventurers spend the whole day scaling mountains, clearing domains, and smiting enemies. Danger and peril are their bread and butter. Clients like these deserve better treatment. Taking an interest in their daily lives will ultimately benefit not only them, but also me.
Charming.
Oh, touched a nerve, did I? I'd have thought any adventurers who dare come here would be used to conversations like this. Anyway, I have a favor to ask. Recently, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has been trying to strike a business deal with the Adventurers Guild. With you acting as an intermediary, it would be so much easier.
I don't really want to take part in your business.
Let me think what I could offer you as a reward. Or perhaps there's a favor I could do in return?
Ah, we're looking for someone. We've asked a lot of people, but nobody seems to have a clue where they are.
Did you possibly make a funeral for him?
This seems like something right up my alley. I can even inquire with the ones who no longer speak for you. You see? Helping me will be worth your while. Come on then, my able assistants. Let's get down to Liyue Harbor and do some business.
When did we become your assistants?
Right now.
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The ones who no longer speak. Oh, did she mean talking to the dead? She's a weird one.
You can say that again, Paimon. You can say that again.
Ugh, you again. Look, I told you, we're not interested in the kind of cooperation you describe.
Come on, there's no reason to get upset. Look, one of your members is an avid supporter of my proposition.
I have to agree.
Oh, since our last negotiation, I've come up with a new proposal, which I think you'll find has far more benefits for you. First things first, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor will prioritize the Adventurers Guild requests above all others. You'll also receive 100 of our signature wooden coffins for free, together with your first order. That's not all. We also provide an on-site cadaver collection service covering almost all regions in Liyue. Now, we do charge a slight premium for a very small number of especially dangerous areas, but don't you worry about that. I promise you, it's still very affordable.
I don't think you're hearing me.
Okay, all right. I get it. You want to bargain a little more, but our offer as it stands is already quite a good deal, don't you think? Just think about it. An adventurer's life is full of unexpected threats. It's only natural to take precautions. Mend the roof before it rains, as they say.
What about gut trials? Will trial for guts.
Yeah, no. I'm not so sure that saying applies in this context. Speaking of precautions, I'd rather focus on keeping my adventurers safe in the first place. It's time for you to go. I have to attend to other matters.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, what would you say to a group discount? 30% off for parties of 10?
Director, please, you did your best. We don't need another clash with the Millilith.
If Paimon understood all that correctly, it seems like she's trying to sell them the funeral parlor services.
I side with Lan on this issue.
Yeah, nothing left to do here. Let's go back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Rejecting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's their loss. Some things are inevitable. It's only a matter of time.
Should I save this money or invest it?
Well, time to go to the funeral parlor. It's a little bit hidden, but it's right here. With Komachi. I think we were here last stream, right?
Seems like the old ways are the most reliable after all. Mung, are you done preparing our promotional materials?
My apologies. I'm only about halfway through. Do you really think they will be effective?
Trust me, they're going to work wonders. This marketing strategy has been used by Wangsheng Funeral Parlor for generations. Clients in need come to our door and write down their commissions on blank wooden tiles. Then they squeeze those inside the parlor through the crack under the door. I fulfill the request written on each tile to make sure our clients are satisfied with the service, no matter if it's an obituary, cremation, or funeral that they seek. Although, it is a bit of a hassle with the constant back and forth. If only we could burn them by the batch.
No, Director, I'm not asking about the wooden tiles themselves, but about the special offer they advertise.
Didn't you say the wooden tiles should be blank?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor should keep up with the times. Just think about it. If we don't attract new clients, we'll be left with nothing, won't we? Business development is a crucial element of every prosperous enterprise. I've been trying various marketing strategies ever since I became the director. I put up posters just like all the other shops, but the Millilith promptly removed them. Then I organized the Wangsheng Visitors Day, but no one showed up.
Sadness.
Well, that doesn't come as a huge surprise.
Get one cremation for free.
And finally, I discovered that the traditional ways are the most reliable after all. I took inspiration from the wisdom of previous directors. So now, I go from door to door looking for people and organizations willing to cooperate. Just like during our visit to the Adventurers Guild. That's what I mean by business development. The other method I'm trying is using the wooden tiles as coupons. Just by writing things like, buy one get one free for the holder of this tile on them. What do they buy and what do they get?
2 coffins.
A solid and durable second home, of course.
An eternal one.
Well, they may not need it right away, but they can be sure that when they do, it will still be as good as new. It won't start deteriorating before you finish doing so yourself. That's the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor quality guarantee.
No wonder you're on the Middle Lifts radar.
Alright, Mung. Keep adding those special offers to the wooden tiles. The future of our business depends on it.
I'm still not sure this will work.
Oh, I get it. You think that our special offer is not comprehensive enough, right? It is true. I was offering all kinds of great benefits to the Adventurers Guild because they are a new client. But in doing so, I neglected my old clients. You're right. It's unfair. Let me do some market research. Wait here, my faithful assistants. I'll be back with you in a moment. It shouldn't take too long.
Paimon already told you we're not your assistants!
Guess we got dragged into somebody else's business again. Let's look around while she's away.
She's right here. Investigate the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor surroundings while waiting. Hey, Komachi.
You must be the director's new hires.
Yes, clearly.
Not us. We're just very curious about Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and Hu Tao.
Well, I wouldn't get too curious if I were you. Too much knowledge isn't good for ordinary folk. The director is tactful when it comes to what should and shouldn't be known.
Her? Tactful?
A board used for hanging Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wooden tiles. According to Hu Tao, all the tiles should be blank. In which case, the characters on the back of the tiles must be the special offer. Cat. What am I missing? Well, so behind the store is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Looks far more ordinary than the director made it out to be.
We should get going. Let's go find Hu Tao. That's settled then. Write it like this. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor bumper sale. Buy one, get one free. Buy two, get three free. More for your Mora. I love it. Better than all that lifeless brochure stuff. We want people to feel warm and fuzzy.
But Director, isn't Lifeless the name of the game in this industry?
That's old hat. We're opening up new ground.
Why does Wangsheng Funeral Parlor need to open up? Yes, Director.
Poor guy's given up. Right, we should get going. I am not letting new business escape us. We? As in us. Who else? Do you see anyone else around here? Oh, well, you probably wouldn't see them if there was. Stop adding little afterthoughts like that! It creeps people out. Just a joke. Sorry. Everything you see is everything that's present. For the moment, at least.
It's good to think before you speak.
Lighten up. The way I see it, people make death scarier than it really is. What people truly fear about departing this world is suffering and regret. To deal with the trauma, they let their imaginations run wild with notions of ghosts and evil spirits.
Ah, that's what flower eyes are for. I think I know what you mean. And you might be right.
Oh, baseless fantasies. What we've ended up with is a topic that people are morbidly afraid of talking about. If I don't broach the subject, then Wangsheng Funeral Parlor won't be long for this world.
But I've seen a ghost.
Oh, more approachable and appeasable than you'd imagined?
Paimon wouldn't say that. Let's just say at least it didn't hurt us.
You must have come across a particularly ferocious entity. How should I put this? Most spirits are incapable of harming ordinary folks. The job of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is to guard the border between life and death. One component of this is correcting notions of death and the afterlife that people may hold. Simply put, for those unable to see the border, they're best kept as far away from it as possible.
Seeing borders, huh?
So for ordinary folks, the best case scenario is ignorance of all matters concerning spirits in the afterlife, or even better, a belief that none of it exists.
Then you really don't have any excuse for spooking the heck out of people.
You make it sound so abominable. I'm just trying to get them to see the humor in it all.
I've yet to see the funny side.
I never thought you'd be such a bore. Never mind. If you stick by me, everything will become clear. All right, let's get going. Follow me.
Director, wait. What about Big G? Don't forget.
Big G? Who's that? We've been in Liyue for ages and never heard that name.
Oh, nothing. Just something Mung's been pleading with me to take care of. Should be a piece of cake.
Where are we going?
To visit an important potential client. I'll lead the way.
Potential client. So, someone who's about to die? Or someone you're about to kill?
I'll catch up.
This is a clear fire hazard.
Little woo.
Sorry, who are you?
Hello, I'm Hu Tao, director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay, so why would someone from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor be looking for me?
Nothing major. How are you feeling these days? Any aches or pains? You shouldn't ignore them, by the way. Very often they're an omen of something terminal. When we're healthy, it's easy to forget the crushing fragility of life. So, aches and pains, best to keep an eye on them.
What are you getting at? I'm in great health and enjoying life very much, thank you. Go and find some other poor soul. Goodbye.
Why did they get angry? What's wrong with a few earnest health tips?
Let me tell you.
Paimon thinks it's because they're coming from the director of a funeral parlor.
Paimon might be right. Which is rare. Oh, too early. Right. Oop, don't get stuck on the rickshaw. Or whatever that is. Momo.
And you are? Be quick. I'm busy.
Hello there. Would you be interested in understanding a bit about our services at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? I'm not in need of your services. So you're out here Looking for new customers? Don't you think this might be a bit of a crass way of going about it?
Hardly. Isn't this the fashion these days? Bring the service to the customer and all that.
I bring you death.
I'm not sure it's every service that falls into that. Anyway, please bother someone else if you don't mind.
Another failure. Still, not the end of the world.
Paimon's curious. Does this approach ever work out for you?
I know your face. The Wangsheng funeral parlor director, right? I'm sorry, I'm really in no need of it.
Don't apologize. Get to know us. We've got a new sale going on. Ever hear the saying, out with the old, in with the new? Well, going out with a bang is the best way to start off in style on the other side.
If you keep talking like this, I'll have to call the Millilith.
No. Okay, relax. We're leaving. But Wangsheng Funeral Parlor awaits your distinguished patronage.
You really don't give up, do you?
Tough crowd.
Are you trying to make me feel better? Well, thank you. Seems you understand me far better than most people.
Not really. This is just getting really uncomfortable.
Enough business development. Please help me find someone.
Business development? Is that what you see this as? Surely you don't think all that was business development?
Then what was it exactly? Traumatization for its own sake?
No. The business development ended after the discussion with the Adventurers Guild. I was helping to find somebody for Meng. You remember Big G?
Rings a bell.
As it turns out, the Big G that Meng is looking for is a ghost adrift in the mortal realm.
Huh.
The three we saw just now were all people I suspected of being followed by Big G, but having seen them, I didn't sense the presence of anything otherworldly.
Big ghost, yes.
So we just had a quick chat, and I left it at that.
If that was stopping for a quick chat, I wonder what business development looks like.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for, people in declining health.
Huh? What would I need that kind of ability for? I'm no doctor.
You sure aren't.
Were you seriously hoping that the director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was going to start healing people, or...?
Paimon was trying to subtly imply that... never mind. Paimon wouldn't know how to explain subtlety in a way you'd understand.
Well, let's leave that for now and head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. This Big G matter is very closely linked to Meng.
And healing people. That is more likely to be the case.
I'll catch up. Meng, I'm back. I'm afraid we're still no closer to finding Big G.
I see. Well, I'm just sorry for the trouble. We've already searched in all the likely places.
Who is this Big G anyway?
I guess I should start at the beginning. My home was in the vicinity of Wuwang Hill. In my youth, I had a good many friends there.
I mean, there is a ruin in that place.
Big G was one of them. We were the best of friends. Inseparable, really. But one day, there was an accident. And that was the end of him.
And then Big G became Big Ghost.
I've never forgotten. Too many memories, I suppose. I often return to Wuwang Hill. But recently, after one such visit, I started to feel strange. Now, every night, Big G appears in my dreams. I can't help but wonder, did I disturb him somehow?
Sounds like a tall story.
Perhaps. I don't have proof, but I can't stop worrying. I get more anxious every day. How would I ever come to terms with my childhood friend becoming an evil spirit?
That's why he joined Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In place of a salary, I'm helping him deal with this matter. And in fact, what Meng has said is entirely plausible. Spirits on occasion do find a way into our world. But as for evil spirits, I think you're scaring yourself. Even I have only encountered malevolent forces a handful of times.
But are you sure there's no danger? I couldn't bear for him to go around harming people.
You see what I mean? Look at the state of him. If we can't find Big G, it'll eat away at Meng forever. Those people we found today were also Meng's childhood friends. I thought there was a good chance Big G might have hidden among them. But here we are, empty-handed.
Wuwang Hill, childhood friends? Seems like we're out of leads.
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Luo Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently, like something's staring at me.
Oh, good.
Some of my friends and I went to Wuwang Hill the other day on a dare. After I returned home, I fell ill. I've been having recurring nightmares, but the doctors can't find anything wrong with me.
How convenient, friend.
I think that it's a curse, right? I've been cursed by a demon.
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse, all right, and a serious one at that.
You believe so too? Then it's just like they say in the tales of old. The vengeful spirits of the gods who fell in the Archon War return to cast their evil curses upon mortals. And if the curse isn't lifted, it will burn through the body, laying waste to flesh and bone. Oh, what a wretched end! The symptoms I'm having are just like those described in the tales.
Wuwang Hill? No, I don't think it was a curse. It was probably just Big G.
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no need to creep each other out.
Isn't that exactly what you like to do, though?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor specializes in demonic stuff like this, right? Help me, I beg you. I'm too young to die.
All right. Don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location, and we need to make some preparations. Come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
This smells like fetch quests.
I guess I'll come too.
Help him make the preparations first. The incense exorcism, the one I taught you. When you're ready, come and find me. Once we've finished with this, we'll get back to the Big G matter.
Okay, I guess.
Right. Let's go.
Go to the exorcism site. Where's that? Oh, not too far. Not far enough to teleport.
Someone needs assistance. Huh. Huh. I'll catch up. I'll catch up.
I wonder if she knows that there's a zombie in this house. What do the funeral people think about zombies? Isn't that a violation of the border of life and death?
I'm tired of guard.
Rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Does that involve killing some enemies?
Wait, you didn't take all that vengeful god's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago.
So why are we here?
You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them.
But it's easy to reason with you or something.
Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old.
How old are you, Paimon?
Why would you ask that? Paimon just wants to know why we can't tell everyone the truth.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it.
Truth can hurt. We learned about that today already.
What I can't do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha?
Haven't heard about it. I know just some bits and pieces.
They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead.
Never knew Wangsheng had such a long history.
So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty than most. But I also can't really go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic. Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This leyline monolith will make for a really great prop. Ah, you're finally here! We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away evil spirits. It'll absorb the curse inside you and cause it to take a physical form. But don't worry, the traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety.
You failed to mention we'd need to fight, but I knew immediately, because I saw that monolith.
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. It'll be fine.
Will that really solve my problem?
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive or disarmingly different? Alright, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
Well, let's start.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
Well, now we are fully healed for once.
Animal test 6308. Animal test 6308.
Live! Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
I'm counting on you!
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
Live! Feel this ancient power. Come into being.
How are you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more invigorated than ever before. I'm cured.
Placebo is great. Even works against death.
I can't express how grateful I am for your and the Traveler's help. If it hadn't been for you, the curse would have taken my life.
Great. In which case, I guess now I can tell you. You've been pranked!
Why? Why would you tell them?
What?
This exorcism device? People like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old ley line monolith deceptively effective at attracting monsters. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of your curse. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the cause of your sudden recovery?
The curse wasn't real?
I guess that worked out.
Then why was I sick?
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself sick. It's anyone's guess, but I'm leaning towards the last option. Wouldn't be the first time in my career.
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect that, but still, I'd like to thank you.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again, so I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow, what a weird thing to say. I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe that won't be needed. He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
You aren't that big at all.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Oh, well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks just like he did when he left this world.
That's not what Paimon imagined when Paimon first heard the name Big G.
Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We have much to do.
Yes, true. He is bigger than Paimon. Friendship, wishes, and regrets.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
So, Big G is not an evil spirit.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? There's only so many evil spirits in this world. It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Huh?
Don't ever question my professional instincts.
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they'd come from Liyue Harbor, so I followed one of them back and ended up here.
Ah, it must have been poor Luocheng that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could still feel your presence. Now we know what caused his nightmares.
I was discovered?
Well, I assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Why didn't you come looking for Meng sooner?
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Meng, not Meng.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost? Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
I can't. It's too high for me. I'd get scared.
Oh no. A ghost with a fear of height.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill. You haven't changed a bit.
Good thing they didn't call you Tall G.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so many people walking around Liyue Harbor, my only choice was to hide. I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the Leyline Monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. Now, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuwang Hill, and we should be done and dust to dusted.
Dust to dusted.
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Mumu, and Songzi.
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. We'll ask them all to help us prepare a farewell ceremony for Big G. Meng and I will escort Big G back to Wuwang Hill. You meet with those three and ask them for keepsakes to symbolize each one of them during the ritual, then come and find us.
They're all friends. Can't we just go there all together? Or maybe we can take Big G to them.
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, the better. So be careful what you say when you collect the keepsakes.
Are we really going with Hu Tao's plan? At least by keeping things low-key, we won't be giving anyone nightmares.
Let's Find those 3 people again.
Listen, let me tell you.
Hi! Do you remember us?
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon.
Mang said he's an old friend of yours.
Yes, we grew up together. We still keep in touch even now. I don't know why he started working for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. To be honest, I find their director to be quite peculiar. But he must have had his reasons. He's on his own now, after all. And he still can't get over what happened to Big G. Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big G as a keepsake, what would you choose? Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical here. Definitely not gonna actually go commemorate him or anything.
Typical Paimon.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. His favorite meal was extra spicy Jueyun chili chicken. I can make it for you if you bring me some Jueyun chilies.
Fetch quest, if I didn't have those already.
I'm sure he'd appreciate the flavor of his childhood years. I still use that old recipe.
Deal! Just give us a minute.
Jueyun chilies are a common sight in Liyue. I can rustle that dish up in no time if you help me find some.
I have 59 of those. 95 of those. So you can have one.
Listen.
Great. This should be enough. I'll get started on the Jueyun chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down? When everyone's ready, I'll get the dish over to you.
Great! See you later! How did he know about the others?
Because you were not subtle at all.
Come and see these bananas.
Not you again. I told you, I'm not interested in the inner workings of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember he did join Wangsheng Funeral Parlor recently. It didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. The Big G incident. But I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. Letting go of the past is a painful process. I would know. So, is Big G the reason you're here to see me?
How did you know? We didn't even say anything!
Don't worry, I'm a businessman. I won't go spilling your secrets. Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. Back then, none of us could afford it. We were penniless. Today, business is booming. I ended up buying loads of these. It was a dream come true.
Wow, you must be like super rich.
For me, it's a memento of a childhood long gone. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. So, having found me, I guess you'll be looking for Little Wu and Songza next.
Mm-hmm. We already saw Little Wu. Now we gotta find Songza.
I see. If it's Songza you're after, let's meet at the overpass at Feiyun Slope. It's just above the staircase leading down to the dock. I've got an errand to run. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done.
She's no longer where she was, I guess. How do you get up there?
Senua Kiosk. Place to go for classic
Aside from climbing.
Huh? You're all here.
Reminiscing about old times, thinking back to past events. We've been at it for years.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me you're looking for keepsakes? I make artisan Sao lanterns down by Liyue Harbor. I guess they represent me better than anything. A few days ago, I bought some quality plastrite shards. They're currently all in the warehouse at the dock. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Yay, first quest.
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy. We're here to pick up the plastrite shards for Sansa.
I think he mentioned it. Yes, here you are on the register, no problem. The plastrite there. Please, help yourselves.
Great. In the crate.
Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else.
How about this crate?
Doesn't seem like they're here. Let's look someplace else.
Oh, great.
As I gaze out upon the sea,
These look like what Sangza was talking about. Let's head back.
Ha! Adventurer!
Try your luck betting on Jay?
Oh, it's probably these stairs, right? Yeah.
My thanks to both of you. This looks like great stuff. Please, wait a moment. This is the final step. Okay, there we go. I wrote all 5 of our names inside the lantern. You know, during the annual lantern rite, we all release a lantern like this. No matter what the days may bring, whichever roads we choose to take, while this rite remains observed, each of us remains the same.
As for the matter of Big G, the 3 of us have discussed amongst ourselves and agreed we won't press you on it.
But if you get the chance, please let them know we're doing well. And that the things we once spoke of, they've all come to pass.
Well, I won't press you on the things you once spoke of.
Thank you. We'll pass it on. Big G is lucky to have friends like you. We got everything we need. Let's go to Wuwang Hill and find Hu Tao and the others.
You know, I just realized, mine's the only item that's been outright purchased. Yours are both handmade.
But yours is worth a lot more.
Worth and Mora is not what's important here. These things all played a big part in our childhood. They show that we will never forget our promise.
Wrong way. Where are we going? Ah, to Wulong Hill. Okay, we are not walking. We are not walking that way. What do you mean I have no time for sentimentals? Decided to teleport to this spot so I can actually show off the ruins here. Because it is quite a ruin. Hey, there's a lot of violet grass here. I need to mark that down. Hi.
Boing, boing, boom! Boom!
Oh, you're back already? Sooner than I expected. You didn't go spilling the beans, did you, Paimon?
Does Paimon look that unreliable to you?
Yes.
I'm kidding. Anyway, looks like they were willing to hand over some keepsakes, so I guess they knew the deal. Nevertheless, when it comes to things like ghosts and ghouls, spirits and souls, the one thing everyone knows is you never know what to expect. Which explains why they were reluctant to pry and find out the full story. Which is just as well, because if they had attempted to, it would have been too much for me to deal with.
Can't tell if you're serious anymore.
Guard the border between life and death. This is Wangsheng Funeral Parlor's most important responsibility, and I'm stricter than most.
So what about us? Does it matter if we cross the border?
Of course not. After all, you were caught up in all this already, just like Meng. It's not the end of the world if you catch a glimpse behind the curtain. And where we're going, don't be surprised at what you may see or what may occur. All of it exists within the border between the living and the dead. An ordinary place, really. The only special thing about it is that nobody really knows about it. Whatever you do, don't get all worked up over nothing, okay? Or else by the time we're out, I'll have to erase your memories. So listen to everything I say. Let's go.
I'm scared.
Yes, does sound like we're going to enter some kind of domain now. I mean, we need to have our playtime with Hu Tao, don't we?
But like Hu Tao says, We better see it through to the end.
Berries. Enter the border. After sufficient preparation, you follow Hu Tao into the mysterious border. Remember her warning and don't make a fuss about anything that awaits ahead. Hu Tao, like Zhongli, uses a polearm.
Wow! Somewhere close to death, but not like the hell or underworld from the tales of old. This is just a place where the ley lines tend to go a little bit haywire. So keep your cool. Follow me. The farewell ceremony site is just up ahead.
Except instead of Zhongli's geo-element, Hu Tao is fire. And her ability can set herself on fire, which will do a certain amount of damage to herself. But also allow her to do fire damage for a while. Her dodge also makes her invincible for a while and incorporeal, which means she can dodge through enemies as opposed to just away from them.
That pattern looks familiar. From the right angle, you can make out the whole thing.
Oh, we're doing that again.
Just like last time.
Interesting. What a nice thing to happen twice today. From the right angle, you say. I mean, usually the angle is stand on that thing, I think. Yes. Well, that was creepy. Okay. So walls just open like that. Hi there.
Dumpy Dumpty.
That's why it's named the border. You can't just cross whenever you please. You need to have a little... how do people normally put it? Pomp and ceremony?
Paimon's pretty sure that's not how people put it.
And then there's her ultimate, which heals her depending on how many enemies she hits with it. So it kinda compensates for the ability, for the downside of her main attack having to hurt herself.
Steady as stone. Time to clean up.
Are they all gone? Oh. No cleaning up then. That should make more
By the
English
way,
sense.
I imagine Adventurers Guild members are good at making order of things. See if you can find a way to get the right things into the right places. Usually it requires a bit of destruction as well as elemental reactions. On your marks.
You talking to us?
Surely she's talking to you, not to me. Oh, I'm not really standing on it. It was close. It was close. I must say, these aren't super intuitive. But at least she's having fun while we are doing this.
Toodaloo.
I mean, I'm close. It's very bright already. But oh, come on.
Wanna come over for tea?
Oh, it has to be one standing here. Is it not my objective? Is it those? Maybe. No, it's that door. I mean, apparently I solved one thing. I would like it if she could repeat her tutorial thingy that she said earlier. I get a feeling she won't. Yeah, I activated one pillar. It's true. Because I broke one thing up there, I'm pretty sure. Unless it's fire activated. But it isn't. I'm pretty sure I need to find another one of those flame thingies. I'm assuming solving this should do something. And I'm just bad at it for no reason. Always gotta get stuck at puzzles.
Billy Churl, silly Billy, hilly Churl.
Well, she's having fun. Well then, zooming out the camera helped. And there's the second flame.
With the wind.
Also, treasure. For my troubles.
Steady as stone.
Witness my great undertaking.
Swirl, Mark 2. Higher, higher, pants on fire. Go. Boing, boing, boom. Boing, boing, boom. Blow them all up. La la la. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
Yeah, that ultimate line was definitely in English.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power.
Phew. This looks the same, but there aren't enough. So confusing. Let's have a look around. Or up ahead.
Huh?
Well, okay. Swimming.
Boing, boing, boom!
Where are we even going?
Go!
In a circle. Did I miss the thing somewhere?
Phew.
Don't think I did, right?
Go! Go!
Huh? Isn't this where we just were before?
Okay.
Boing, boing, boom!
I have two ideas. Let's do the loop once more. No, I don't think it's a race. I have a very good idea of what it could be.
Woo! Da, da, da.
Let's see if I'm right.
What into that is going on? Have we even been moving forward this whole time?
It's almost as if we're constantly being sent back to the beginning. Everything resets.
Yep, Paimon, I realize. Even the fire.
Woo!
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary folks to cross over.
So you set us up?
Yeah. If you don't have enough, then why not just carry it through a few more times?
Yeah, that was my very idea. To just take the fire with me. Thanks for telling me that I'm right before doing it.
We're stuck! The spirits have trapped us!
Don't be daft. You've put my mind at rest. Seems it's not easy for ordinary folks to cross over. So you set us up? Finally! Paimon thought we were gonna be trapped in that weird place forever. That's exactly the point. Trespassers end up running scared. So that's the weird stuff out of the way, right? Yep. Just dive off the edge here.
That's still weird.
What?
You first, Hu Tao. You right?
Welcome to the farewell ceremony site. Our destination is just up ahead. I know you're excited, so feel free to have a look around and talk amongst yourselves. Soon you'll find out there's nothing special about this place.
That's a change of pace.
Are you clients? Apologies, this is just a little unexpected. Seeing that it was Hu Tao that brought you puts me at ease. But I'm afraid we don't have the means to entertain guests here.
Who are you?
My name is Lan Si. I've been waiting for someone for a long time now. Exactly how long, I couldn't really say. Everyone says waiting is difficult. But walking, watching, talking to newcomers, and the old crowd, it helps to pass the time. I can keep waiting, but who knows whether what I'm waiting for will ever come to pass. It's all the same to me. Waiting's all I can do anyway. But if you too are looking for someone important to you, it's best not to keep waiting forever.
Phew!
Wonder if those clouds are a pit. Don't wanna try.
Are you new here? What a coincidence, so am I! I can't believe how nice the scenery is. I thought it'd be all pitch black and freezing cold with no sense of space or time. Here I can finally work out a lifetime of emotions. It's fantastic. Perhaps I just set my expectations too low. By the way, have you seen Uncle Jean recently?
That guy? I remember him saying it was time for him to move on.
Good for him. I wonder where he's off to next.
If you're curious, why don't we go and see for ourselves?
Some other time, perhaps. I'd like to stay here for a while.
Choices, even after them.
It's the lantern rite again. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to see the lanterns ourselves one day?
You can make a wish without a lantern, you know. My mom told me. As long as you yell it really loud, your wish will come true in the future.
Yell it? Isn't that kinda embarrassing?
As soon as the first person yells, then everyone else just joins in, and nobody feels embarrassed anymore.
Yeah, they're all dead now.
That's right. Little Wu, you start.
Alright, should open a massive restaurant with never-ending dishes and snacks, so I could eat Joya and chili chicken every day!
That's your wish?
If that's so funny, what's your wish?
To get rich, of course. Do big business and make a load of Mora. With Mora, you can do whatever you want and be happy.
Yeah, if you get rich, you could buy that super expensive toy box.
Not just one. One for everyone. No, loads for everyone.
Well, if Momo's gonna be a businessman, then I don't need to earn any money.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's tough getting rich. Don't put all the pressure on me.
As for me, I want to learn to make Ning Xiao lanterns. The big kind! And Xiao lanterns, too. I'll be the best artisan around.
Yeah! That way we don't need to go to Liyue Harbor to release Xiao lanterns.
Anyway, those are our wishes. Mung, Big G, what about you?
Me?
Huh? They all disappeared. Right when he was about to make his wish.
It brings back so many memories. That was the last lantern ride the 5 of us spent together.
It's been so long. Everyone's all grown up. Have all those wishes really come true?
We can prove it to you.
We asked each of them for parting gifts for you. Little Wu's become a chef. Momo's a successful businessman. And Zongzi makes great shell lanterns.
Really? Wow.
We've never forgotten our childhood dreams. We've kept them in our hearts as a promise to each other. Anyway, time to release this lantern.
Hey, take a hint. Let's give them some space to go over the good old days.
Or just talk to them.
Wow! There are even the names of all 5 of us on it! Amazing. Oh, didn't you just say that you release lanterns every year? Do you plan to add more names over the years? Like Little Wu's kids? And Mumu's wife?
Actually, I have some good news. Mumu's soon to be a father. He's been talking about nothing else recently. He's excited and nervous at the same time.
I wonder if such a goofball will make a good father.
No. You'd be surprised how sharp-witted he is now. Let me tell you.
Take the hint? Really? Of all of us, you're the one who needs to learn how to read the room!
Don't you need to go at the border?
Monk's already crossed the border. That's the only way to send Big G off. As I explained, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was, once upon a time, more akin to a doctor's office than an actual funeral parlor. During the Archon War, piles of corpses covered the wilderness. People were plunged into misery and suffering. Disease was spreading all over the land. Death devastated the world of the living. Such were the times when the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first established. As humans, its founders were deemed too insignificant to matter, but slowly, they managed to drive away death.
They must have paid a huge price for that.
After generations, Liyue Harbor became a bustling hub of prosperity, luring people with dreams of great fame and abundant mora. But in the end, some lunatics stirred up the legacy of the dead. By that I mean the remnants of the defeated gods that ravaged the world. I won't go into specifics of that situation, but suffice to say that at its peak, life was on the verge of bringing about its own extinction, while death was coming back with a vengeance. It took a long, long time, Longer than you'd think to restore balance and reinstate the border. Without it, Liyue Harbor as we know it wouldn't be here today. Neither would the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, you or me.
That was some camera movement. Didn't expect you to be such a storyteller.
The previous directors all love to tell this one too. Although, if you ask me, I think I tell it best. What you make of my words is up to you. I do hope that most of it flew over your heads, though. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is just that. A funeral parlor. Nothing more to it.
Maybe it's for the better.
We live in peaceful times, but this harmonious coexistence between life and death should never be taken for granted. Huh? It's about time. Let's go. Let's take them to the place where all begins and all goes to rest.
What kind of place is that?
I just mean where we first bumped into each other. I come up with fun names for things sometimes, okay? No need to hound me with questions about every little thing I say.
Well. How will this affect what just happened? Will I not get the contents of that chest? I wonder. Yes, I'm back. The internet just suddenly went goodbye for a second. Just as I wanted to open the reward chest for that domain. So I wonder how this will get handled. Will this bump me back to the title screen, or outside the domain, or inside the domain? What terrible timing to have. Well. I'm outside, and I can't get back inside, I guess. So I might be missing out on the rewards on that treasure chest. Oh well. Surely it was nothing life-changing. Surely. Go back to Wuang Hill to send Big G off.
I think we did everything we could to make you happy, Big G, wouldn't you say?
But if you ever really do become an evil spirit and come back with more nefarious nonsense in mind, I may have to forget our friendship and give you a far less fond farewell.
I won't, I promise. I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. Now that I know that my friends are doing so well, I have no intention to bother them.
I also want to thank you. You made my dream come true too.
So you should also mind my warning, Mung. If you won't let go of the past, I might reunite you two sooner than you think.
Hi. Gonna get set on fire.
How can you say such horrendous things with that smile on your face?
Well then, last but not least, let's say our goodbyes to Big G.
See you later, Big G.
Not like that. You won't be seeing him later. Let's stick to goodbye and such.
To me, she has been feeling like the local Yuyuko from the beginning. Mostly because of the thing on her head. But also because the whole title of the chapter is named after butterflies.
No worries. I'll just take my leave.
But fire.
I'm sorry. Of all the wishes we yelled that day, only ours hasn't come true.
Nah, don't be bothered by that. No life is without its regrets. You can leave in peace now.
All right. I'll remember you all. Goodbye.
He's gone then. I thought that closure would bring me relief, but all I can feel now is emptiness.
So, what was the wish you two made? We didn't have a chance to hear it earlier.
Well, after each of us has started a family and built a career, we want both our families to spend the Lantern Rite together. That's why I envy my friends so much. Little Wu and the rest, they all had a chance to fulfill their wishes. Mine, however, will remain just a dream.
You still have a lot ahead of you.
That's right. Also, think about this. Everyone gets burnt to ash one day.
Sooner or later.
So enjoy your life while you can, and when your duty to the living is over, you can meet whoever you want again in the afterlife. Isn't that great?
Thank you? Either way, I don't think I'll ever return to Wuwang Hill. I have a lot of feelings to process.
No worries. It's a good opportunity for you to go on vacation. Consider your leave approved. Naturally, this doesn't change the terms of our previous agreement. The leave will be unpaid.
Aren't you forgetting about something?
You promised that you'll help us in our search.
I took you to the border and let you have a look around, didn't I? But based on your reaction, it seems like you didn't find what you're looking for. It is a pity indeed.
I feel like we were tricked.
The biggest pity of all is your lack of help.
I was fishing around on your behalf through the channels that aren't accessible to you. Unfortunately, I didn't find any leads worth pursuing either. I'll keep my eyes open in case anything crops up. If so, I'll be sure to let you know.
You don't sound like you mean it.
I'm not an expert on tracking down the living. However, if you want me to summon someone from the other side of the border...
Stop saying creepy stuff!
Relax. I'll help you look for them. You have my word. My exquisite sense of humor always goes unappreciated.
Seems like being a funeral home director really suits you.
have my reasons.
Reasons?
The spirits we saw near the border are the dead that still long for the world of the living. But I've never seen any of the previous directors there, not even once. This means that becoming the director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was the right decision for them, and left them with no regrets.
The butterfly fluttered away.
Since I don't plan to ever come back here, I'd like to make the most of this opportunity and stay a bit longer. The director's right. Perhaps some time away will do me good. A new life awaits me.
Well, the director has left. And her chapter is over. So that remains the question. If she will join us on our travels. Let's find out, shall we? One wish at a time. I do have some wishes saved up in the history. So I am somewhere in the vicinity of a guarantee. But who knows? I hope only the first one will take some loading. Yay, a bow. For other characters on the list, I think you know already how I stand towards this dude. I don't have him, and I'd be glad to get at least one of him. And I guess I'm fine with Xingling. Maybe the stars will be in our favor. Maybe they will not be. Who really knows? I think we did start at a full 10 away from my previous 4-star character. So here we have the Witzev. Who cares about characters when you can have a book? The next guaranteed poster is guaranteed to be one of the 3 here. Yes, Book-chan was received. Surely I will be using her a lot. Not even sure if it's a good book. Well, here is Shang Yun. So that's a good start. Actually, let's make this easier so we don't have to what do I want to say? Don't have to agree that we want to spend 160 Primo Gems each time. So let's buy some Intertwined Fate. For convenience. Well, that's... Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. I might be happier about that than getting Uta. Possibly. I don't know. Yeah, sword. I mean, I used Noel for a stream as my healer, but now I kinda have the best healer in the game.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
I can't really disagree about that. Huh. I guess I'll keep trying to get Hu Tao for the rest of the update. But in terms of I wonder how you say that word in English. Pity price? That's probably as well as things could have ended.
I'm here.
She is. Kwee is a sword user. With ice elements. Yes, just need to add Diana and we will have a very small team.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Also, she's level 1, so this is a terrible idea. What am I doing? Can't really show her off, I guess.
Burst forth.
Life goes on.
Burst forth. Feel this ancient power. Burst forth.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Just wondering how well she can walk on water.
Wheel of life.
Oh, decently. Decently. And it lasts for quite a while too, so that's nice. Goodbye. Yeah, I think that's all I have to show for today. We had some fun with the stories. Utao's story was probably one of the better ones we have done yet.
Breathe. 3, 4, and
And the end result is not that bad. We still have 2 character stories left to do, and I think from now on I will no longer skip any character stories and do them off-stream. Especially because there isn't really anything else to do until the main story continues. Maybe I'll just do 1 story per stream so it doesn't take 4 hours plus. But that's... no, it's been 3 hours and a half. But still, it's hard to predict how long these are going to be. And more streams is always fun. So, I guess thank you for watching today. And until next time, when Kui will hopefully be leveled up high enough to be a competent healer and actually able to show her other skills. Until then, goodbye and good night. Thanks for the Kui. Gigi. Something. Surely she says her name somewhere.